How's it? Today is Wednesday, February 5th. Got some clean and jerk stuff today. And today was pretty rushed. You can see there on the back clock there it says 10:35. That thing is about 5 minutes fast. And I needed to be back at work, the work gym, at 12 o'clock. And usually, that's not enough time for me to lift. So, that would mean I would leave by 11:40 at the latest. So it's one of those things where I need to just rush through everything. And I don't know, it is what it is. It's kind of the bet I laid for myself when I agreed to do this personal training job for money. But yeah, today was hang cleans plus power jerks. Went up 3 kilos from last week, which was 110 last week till today is 113. And yeah, I don't know, man. My power jerks today were not very good. I don't know if it's a mental thing or a technique thing or whatever, but you'll see, especially on the last set, I start starfishing. Starfishing is when you basically start with your feet at normal width and then you end with your feet very wide. And that's not something I practice. That's not something I normally do. You can see there that my feet did separate a little bit on that. That's a suitable amount. I would say when I'm looking at this here, like the amount that my feet move apart is almost basically just 1 foot width altogether. Like, so half a foot width to the left, half a foot width to the right. That would be ideal. But a lot of these are starting to go maybe 2 feet width each direction, so 4 feet width total. I don't know how wide my foot is, but like you'll see as it gets to the heavier set. I mean, my top set, I guess. It's just not a pretty sight. Like this here, that's a pretty good amount of split on my feet. And yeah, I think especially on my last set, like I do make a note of it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not super happy with it. Here's my last warm up at 100, and yeah, I'm just looking at that feet thing again. Like, this is not, yeah, that's already wider than I would like it to be for my feet, but it gets worse. It gets worse. Yeah, here's my top set, first one at 113. I think the clean part of it is just really easy, and that's a positive for me that I guess I will kind of be focusing on and latching onto. Standing up from the cleans probably not the best, but hopefully I get to work on that a little bit more and get a little bit stronger. And maybe that's why my feet are not going where I want them to go. Right? So like that's about the width that my feet ended at. Look at how wide my hips are. My hips are basically, or my legs are kind of pushing into my hip, and that is not something that you don't feel very powerful in that position. Well, I mean, I guess you could, but it's very hard to receive the weight if you are a little bit out of, like, behind or in front, because your hips don't allow a lot of space to move forward and backwards. Yeah, you can see there, like, my body wanted to dip a little bit lower there with that hip, but because my feet are so wide, I can't move, so I have to basically step forward, and it gets very bad on this last one. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just a star. What's the line? Okane kasegu, watashi wa star. That's the stupid song. But last one here. Yeah, look at how wide my feet are. I think, like, if I practiced lifting like that, I think that would be okay. But I don't practice lifting like that. Like, look at how wide my feet are. That's basically where I caught the weight at. And because of that, I'm just not very proud of the work I put out today. But I think a lot of it is due to just not having a good night of sleep. Just being really stressed out over, like, the last night. And yeah, hopefully I can kind of figure that type of stuff out. Because if I don't have good sleep hygiene, then nothing goes well. Literally nothing will go well. I feel like absolute trash in the morning. And then I have to go and talk to people, and I feel like death, like walking like death in shoes, man. It doesn't feel good. So that is definitely something I need to really think about, especially if I'm trying to push the weights here a little bit. I think the good news is that my back doesn't feel like it's giving me any issues. I do wake up in the morning with a little bit of tightness and pain, but I think that's mostly due to it being less than 40 degrees when I wake up. And that is, I feel like that would be, my joints hurt anyway because it's just so cold. But yeah, after that, my deadlifts here were okay. 137. Doesn't move as quickly as I want it to, but I'm not going to be cleaning 137 anytime soon. Maybe in a couple months I'll be able to clean 140, but that is very, very, very far away. And until then, I'm just going to continue to work. Did some dumbbell rows here, 70 pounds. One thing I always try to tell people when you're doing the rows is I try my best to pull my elbow to my side without bending my elbow. Does that feel weird? Does that sound weird? That sounds a little bit weird. But once it gets to my side, then my elbow bends. Yeah, I if I could paint a picture, I would, but I don't think I have enough time, and I don't want to do that right now. Finished off with some GHD sit-ups. Yeah, and that's it for today. I wanted to do some dumbbell overhead walks, but again, everything was really rushed, so I kind of just did whatever I could. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.